So everybody has heard now in Ireland about our former Lord Mayor at Cavan, Sean McKiernan, who used to be the former Lord Mayor in 2007 to 2014 and the county councillor, a Fine Gael county councillor. Now we all know what he's done. He's taken nearly 200,000 of a mental health charity. And just to say before I get started, and I can feel my blood pressure rising by just talking about this, because in my opinion he is the Victor Quisling of Cavan. He is his name will always mean traitor in Cavan, and that's to be totally honest. That's to put it straight. And it is an insult to every Cavan person, to every citizen of this country, that a politician can go off and do this, steal money from a mental health charity, and obviously bring the county into disrepute, because that's what he's done here. He's brought people of Cavan into disrepute. He's brought his county into disrepute. And 2.5 years and a few months is not good enough. I would nearly let him stay there for the next 70 years, 80 years, 90 years. I would nearly say even worse, to be totally honest. But this is absolute farce. How long it took for him to get a conviction. Judges had to, other judge excused himself. It was a whole fucking charade. It went on for months. It was a disgrace. It's a national disgrace. And he's a disgrace. And he stole money from mental health charity. Now, as people of Cavan would know, and many people have said it, the amount of young people in Cavan in the last few years have committed suicide and have struggled with the mental health, waiting on waiting lists and stuff. That's the top of the insult too, because it's the mental health charity, and for somebody that was in a position of trust, as a chairperson of a charity, it's absolute disgrace. And it brings disrepute into charities too, because people now say, oh, why should I give money to charity and stuff? Because there could be a crook like Sean at the top of it taking it. And it's simple as that, and that's what's happened here. And it's brought the county in disrepute. I don't think he understands how much disrepute and how much disrespect he's brought upon the people of Cavan. It's a disgrace. Every Cavan person saying the same. And it's simple as that. And how none of our councillors, where's the sitting councillors? None of them have said boo all. Where are they? Why should they should be out saying this fellow's a disgrace. He should be kicked out of Cavan, and so he should be. He should never be allowed to return to this county. He should be sent abroad somewhere to where he can stay there. He can stay in Venezuela. We send him off to Venezuela, and he can stay there. But it's absolutely a national disgrace. It's a national disgrace, even though he's from Cavan. It's a disgrace too that he abused his position of trust, and of course as a Lord Mayor, and of course before he was Lord Mayor, before he done this crime. He betrayed the people of Cavan. There's no other word, and he is the Victor Quisling, in my opinion. That is what it's presumed. That's what everybody should call him, Victor Quisling of Cavan, because that's what it is. It's traitor. I deem it as traitorous, treason, to be totally honest. That's what I deem it as. Particularly because the amount of disrepute this is brought to this county is absolutely insane, and it needs to be talked about. And it's unfortunate to have to sit here and talk about it, because it shouldn't have happened in the first place. It should never have happened. It should never have been allowed to happen. It's a disgrace. It is a national disgrace. Now, he did work for Helen McEntee before as an advisor and other stuff. Where are they? You think Helen McEntee be out up in arms saying this is not good enough 2 years? If I know for a fact that was me, and if I was a sitting councillor at the moment, God help us all, because I would put him on blast, to be told. And like, none of the councillors have winning to say anything. So I don't know where they are or what they're doing, but they're afraid to say anything. But it's simple as that. It's brought disrepute upon the people of Cavan. It's brought shame on the people of Cavan. It's brought shame on the people of Cavan. And it's simple as that. And it's absolutely disgusting that this was done in the first place. And I'm ashamed. And every Cavan voter should be ashamed that this fellow was in the position as a councillor, as Lord Mayor of our county. And again, this is what I'm saying too. We don't know who these people are really. And it's simple as that. The same with councillors and TDs. We don't know what they're up to in the background. It's simple as that. We don't know what even some of the sitting councillors in other parts, not even just saying in Cavan, or even our TDs, we don't know what they're doing in the background. It's simple as that. But it's disgusting. It's purely disgusting. And I'm disgusted to the core, to be totally honest. I can feel my blood pressure going up by just speaking about it, because I'm fuming about it. Everybody should be fuming. This is absolutely scandalous that 2 years and a few months, here you go, 2 years and a few months, you stole money, in 200,000. You betrayed the people of Cavan. You brought disrepute into Cavan. I couldn't imagine, and then the farce, just the fucking disgrace of it, that it took so long for him to get up to this point, to get 2 years, because the judge had to be excused. It went on for months. He was out in bail, and then free legal aid, etc. for a person. It's beyond ridiculous, and something has to change. It's simple as that. Something has to change when it comes to these things, because if you're and to be told, you should put it into law. If somebody's a former councillor, former Lord Mayor, definitely, or a sitting TD, or a former TD, etc., you should be deemed you should be held more responsible than say an ordinary person, because you were in a position of trust, and particularly when you're head of a charity, you're in a position of trust. In these positions, you should be dealt with severely harshly. Like, he shouldn't be getting out, if at all, when he's 100 or 200, maybe. But that's as simple as that. He should never be able to walk outside a prison gate. Simple as that. That's my opinion. Because it's the disrespect and the disrepute and the reputational damage done to the people of Cavan and to the county of Cavan. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, the disrepute. I don't think people realise that, and I don't think the judge realised that, because it's not a good light at the moment Cavan's been portrayed. It's not a good light when I see somebody like this that got to the highest level of the county, let's put it that way, and to turn around and do that. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. But the system has to change, and really, really does. And I think we have to top it. But I think the majority of people in Cavan, and I say this, the majority of people in Cavan, that I don't blame people. I know I've met one or two people that said they voted for him when he was a councillor and stuff like that, and they blame themselves. I wouldn't blame you, because I wouldn't blame them, because we didn't know. It's simple as that, and I say that to people that did vote for him when he was a councillor. He lost his seat, fortunately. Thankfully he did, because he would have been a sitting councillor when he done this, but he wasn't. But it's disgraceful. It really is disgraceful. And I'm disgusted. I'm purely disgusted. Just the sheer disrespect to the people of Cavan. The people who pretty much give him an office, give him a big pension too. And I would say on his pension too that he should be stripped of his pension. That's what I deem it. And stripped of any kind of allowances or anything that he is entitled to when he gets over. Because he will be entitled to a pension as a councillor. And we paid into it, and of course there's a Lord Mayor too, we get a bit forward too. But he should be stripped of it. Not a penny should go to him. Because it's just pure disgraceful. That's what I say. It's pure disgrace. And it has to be talked about, because particularly the position he hold as a Lord Mayor and stuff, it has to be talked about too. And this whole charade too of Lord Mayors, etc. And I said this before in Cavan, the people should vote for them, first of all, because they shouldn't be among themselves deciding who's the kingmaker. That's not democracy. That's some kind of charade, and that's called what it is. But it is purely disgusting. I had to address it, unfortunately. I had to address it, because obviously being in Cavan, I had to address it. It was unacceptable. And it has to be called out. And that's what I said to the people in Cavan, to speak out against it. Because he should probably be going for longer. And it should be looked into that he should be sent for longer away for prison. But it's brought disrepute to the people of Cavan. It's brought shame to the county of Cavan. And he is national shame, and he's in Cavan shame. He's the Quisling of Cavan. And that's my opinion. But, as I say, it's disrespectful. I see it as the ultimate betrayal of the people of Cavan. The other betrayal of the people of Cavan and the county of Cavan. I could go on and on and on, but you can tell that I'm just fucking fuming. I'm literally fuming as I speak here. I'm trying to tone it down, because I could go off, to be told, and say I could really, really go off on this, but it's disgraceful. It really, really is, and I think every person would agree with that it's just disgraceful. But anyway, let me know what you think.